We're rapidly approaching the end of 2018, and it's about this time of year where we start thinking about what's going to come up next year. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through trends that we think will be popping up in the coming year. Hopefully our predictions will be, well, let's say, better than our race predictions. 2018 was undeniably the year for AERO and the gravel bike. We saw manufacturers release a lot of aero bikes from BMC, Specialized, Cannondale, Cervelo, among others. So we think we're probably not going to see too many new aero bikes in 2019. So what other manufacturers' models will get some love? We think we can expect some major new updates to the endurance and the lightweight models. Since the boom of the public hire bike, the backlash to the dockless ones will continue. But instead, could we see the rise of the hire e-bike? I mean, check this out. This is the Uber Jump e-bike in San Francisco. They have seen a massive increase of 15% in journeys on jump bikes since their launch. And well, the Uber cars have had a decrease of 10%. Now, Uber's rival Lyft have invested in a similar product, and Uber have announced that they will launch their jump scheme in Europe next year. So could this be the model that gets higher e-bikes right? There's long been that saying in cycling that the ideal number of bikes is, well, n+1. N being the number of bikes you already have, and +1 being you always want another bike. But in 2019, we think it will be the year of n-1. With the increase of gravel bikes, all-road bikes, and do-everything bikes, could this be the year that we have one bike that rules them all? Next season sees a shift in the way the men's World Tour points and the overall individual rankings will be decided. And we think these changes will actually make us care more about the World Tour and not just the individual races. First of all, the points on offer have changed for certain races, putting more emphasis on the bigger races like the Classics and the Grand Tours, and less on the, well, smaller stage races. The UCI rankings will also decide 2 of the wildcard Division 1 teams for every World Tour race, meaning that we should see all the best riders at every race. And the lowest ranked teams will get relegated. See, it does sound good, doesn't it? Very exciting, actually. Oh, next year's gonna be tasty. Next year also sees a year where we'll be seeing pros race across different disciplines of the sport. Yes, with riders like Wout van Aert, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, and Bahrain Merida Ivan Garcia Cortina racing the Red Hook Crit. Well, we've seen it before. But next year sees for the first time a World Tour team take concerted effort. Yes, the EF Education First Squad have announced their plans to race races like the Dirty Cans at the Red Hook Crit, among others, as well as their conventional race program. Could this be the new trend? Yes, I know XC does technically belong in the world of mountain biking, but we thought it would be also relevant for us here. Because in 2019, we think that cross-country will take over from downhill as the new blue ribbon event of mountain biking. Now I'm going to let you into a bit of a secret. Red Bull have released their... Oh no, it's not a secret if they've released it. But yeah, they've announced that their viewers' numbers were far greater in XC than in downhill for the first time ever. Now that's quite something. And if more roadies are doing other events, could we see Sagan join Mathieu van der Poel and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot? Well, I guess we'll see. Power meters as standard. Yes, we first saw this on the Specialized Venge and the Cannondale System 6, but we think that top-end bikes released from now on will increasingly feature power meters as standard. Over the past few years, we've seen a massive decrease in the price of power meters and a massive increase in people using them. So it makes sense for manufacturers to use power meters as a way to, well, put their bikes ahead of their competitors. Now, the only big question is, what model will this take? Will brands go for Cannondale's way of charging to activate? Or will they be ready to go, well, straight out of the box? I mean, that'd be nice. Now, unfortunately, we're not claiming that all the inequality issues plaguing women's cycling is going to go away in the 2019 season. I mean, that'd be amazing, but it's just not going to happen. However, the slow move to equality, we hope will continue. I mean, take Tour de Yorkshire, for example. I mean, yes, the women's race is only 2 days and the men's is 4, but they race the same amount of distance as the men's, the same amount of climbing, and really nothing cut out. So we hope that will continue moving forward into next year. Yes, like them or loathe them, e-bikes are here to stay. Most e-bikes out on the market now are still quite ugly and bulky looking things. Mostly designed for going around town or down your nearest mountain. But next year, we'll be seeing e-bikes continue to look more and more like normal road bikes. I mean, look at the Pinarello Nitro, for example, that, well, Dan rode, and that Ribble e-bike. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. We think this will be a common sight in your local club ride. Over on the tech channel, you might have noticed that we've got a countdown to the death of the rim brake. Yes, the point where all new bikes come out with discs, and this was actually predicted by an industry insider. Could 2019 be the year that we see every major manufacturer release new bikes featuring discs? I mean, I think yes. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope, well, most of our predictions ring true in 2019. And if you want another video to watch, why don't you check out this one? A video on the most successful bikes of 2018. And while you're at it, why don't you give this video a big thumbs up? Right, I think I deserve a mince pie, don't you? Oh yeah. Merry Christmas all.